Hey guys, this is Jason. Hope you all are having an excellent day. I just wanted to make a quick video, something I've been doing for a few years now to protect my plants during the winter, or even just to gain a little bit of time on the early growing season. Real simple, cheap, efficient, doesn't take up a lot of room. In fact, whenever I'm done with this, for the couple of months of cold weather we get down here in the south, I can go ahead and disassemble it, stick it away in a corner, and it's not taking up space 12 months out of the year. Real simple project here. What we have here is just 1/2-inch plastic electrical conduit. It's plastic. You can find it in the electrical section of your big box stores. What we have down here is just a 12-inch piece of rebar. Now, if you're in an area where you have softer soils, it's more loamy or sandy, you may want to go with a longer piece of rebar. 12 inches works fine for this. And all you're simply going to do is set your pieces of rebar in place. I have mine at about 5.5 feet apart this way, and then you're going to slip the conduit down onto the stubs of the rebar coming out of the ground. If you wanted to make a structure that was larger, that way you would have more space, more height, then I would probably recommend using 3/4 inch plastic electrical conduit instead of this 1/2 inch. And you could slip two pieces together and you could bow it on around and make a larger frame. Your biggest expense in this project is going to be the plastic that you use. The better grade plastic you use, the more insulating effect it's going to have for your plants. It's also going to last a lot longer. It may be more expensive up front, but it's going to last for years to come. I'm still using kind of the cheap stuff. This is a 3.5 mil plastic. You can find it in the painting section of your local big box store. It's not super expensive. It's also not going to last probably for more than 1 year. It doesn't have great UV protection to it, so the sun's going to break it down. Cold weather is going to make it stiff, and it's going to eventually start deteriorating on you. If you do want to make a better investment on your plastic, then you can get online and look for what's called a fiber reinforced poly. It's basically what you would put on the outside of a greenhouse, but you can get it in pre-cut sizes like you would a tarp or like you would this plastic. So basically this plastic, like I said, it's 3.5 mil. That's the lightest weight plastic that I would use. Anything lighter weight's not going to have enough rigidity to it. It's going to be like dealing with a big piece of cling wrap. It's going to be irritating. It's also not going to insulate your plants very well. But 3.5 mil, I want to say it was like a 20 by 25 or 25 by 25 square. Basically just thick painter's plastic. Right around $25. To me, that's fine. If I get a year's use out of it and it protects my plants, then hey, that's great. And we are in the south. Basically all I'm trying to do is protect some of my tropical or more sensitive plants. I don't have room for all of them inside my house. And I can put them in here. This is my garden area, not taking up any additional space. I can keep them covered up. It'll keep everything insulated inside, nice, kind of like a little hothouse. But also in the cooler climates, if you were just wanting to get maybe a jump on the spring, you could use this same concept, keep your plants protected or keep your seedlings protected, or even just put it up so that you can get the ground up to temperature so your seeds will germinate earlier. And then when you're done with it, just break it down and put it in the corner of your garage or shed somewhere, and it's not taking up space in your yard. So once again, just go through it. Basically, we just have 10-foot lengths of 1/2 inch plastic electrical conduit. I've got my pieces of rebar down in the ground, and these just slip right over the rebar. You bend it to the frame that you want. And we're going to take our plastic I'm just going to use these landscape timbers that I picked up somewhere because it works really well. You don't have to use landscape timbers. You could just as easily use bricks or larger rocks, whatever you have, basically just to hold the edges of the plastic down so the wind doesn't get up underneath it. But yeah, guys, that's all there is to it. It's not real complicated, real simple. I will say my rebar, since I have 5 hoops here, and the rebar, what I cut was 12 inches, I was able to use one 10-foot stick of rebar. You can cut rebar with a hacksaw. It's kind of tough. I've got an angle grinder that I put a metal cutting blade on, and it just makes quick work of the rebar. If you don't have that, or you don't want to go to the trouble of cutting it, you can go ahead and get pre-cut links at most of your big box stores like Home Cheapo and Lowe's. You know, you're probably going to pay just a little bit more for it. It's still not that expensive. I think a 10-foot section of rebar runs about $5 or $6. Real cheap. Like I said, the biggest monetary investment is going to be your plastic. Get the best you can afford. If you can get the thicker stuff that's fiber reinforced poly, it's going to last for years and years and years and years. You'll get a lot of use out of it. But that's all I got, guys. Hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Looking forward to that, getting together with family and a lot of good food. So hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. If you've gotten anything out of this video, I would sure appreciate you shooting me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos in the future along these lines, and videos where I just share my passion for the outdoors and being outdoors, then consider hitting that subscribe button. And share on your favorite social media site as well. I'd really appreciate that. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. But for now, guys, that's all I got. This has been Jason reminding you to get more outdoors.